Hello my convicts and convicts, yes it is I, the Kappa Convict, bringing you guys and gals another video. As you can see here, we're going to be using a new gun I've recently got called the Daemon 3XB. Is the Daemon any good? Well, let's try it out and see what we can do here. So as you can tell, my little boy is here once again, obviously until he goes back to school, and I've pre-recorded this gameplay because I kind of wanted to talk about a few things as well as doing this, which, you know, I like to do. As you can see here, first of all, I've got 6/4 and I'm using the 0.75 as well for the aiming on console here, and I thought I'd try it out. Now basically what I'm showing here, demonstrating, is that left and right you would get the full 6, and then as you go to the corner edges, as you saw there, it would actually slow down to the slower speed of 4, which is what I'm using 6/4 at the moment. So that's what I do generally in Call of Duty. I've done it in most of the cards, because especially there's no thrusting or jumping, boost jumping sort of aspect, means that you can actually be more on target, and it'll help you to hit those people who actively seek those goddamn head glitches, as they do from time to time. So as you can see here, just running around trying to survive the best I can. I've noticed this in a lot of Black Ops 4. It's a lot about team in this. If you don't run as a team, often you'll find yourself dying. As you can see, I will focus running around, but try to keep close to team members at all times. Just, if anything, to use them to be able to get closer to enemies, or if enemies attack them instead, then it gives me a chance to survive. So I'm picking up an extra weapon here. Now in this gameplay, I was actually using rapid fire, but I had no scavenger at the time. Or did I have scavenger? I can't remember. I think I might have changed it, to be honest, because I do have a different reflex sight. So I could have actually added that on in this gameplay. But beforehand I wasn't using scavenger. I would definitely recommend, if you do use the Daemon, or the Demon, whatever you want to call it, that you do actually use scavenger, because it helps out a hell of a lot with this gun. So I picked up the Rampart here. I'm like, wow, he almost killed me with this. So let me, you know, try it out, see what's good about it. Local spawn point here for the enemies, as you can see. So I'm waiting for team to push up with me, just so we can peek out some of the enemies. I made a big mistake there. Never try and shoot for the same enemy. Always go for the opposite one if you can, because it's always more important to aim for other enemies than it is to go for the same one. So what do you think about this map? I kind of find it's okay, this map. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's a little bit small for me. Often you get people spawning front and back on you, and it can be a little bit frustrating. There's a lot of little hidey holes and windows people can shoot out of, which can be pretty annoying. And as you can see here, the spawn trapping is pretty easy to do, or is it easier to do on this kind of map, because they're just constantly spawning this way, as you can see, and it makes it easier just to dominate quite often if you've got a pretty strong team. Also, I want to give a big shout out and thank you and salute to all of those who have subscribed. We've reached 956 subscribers right now. That is insane. Thank you very much to all the people who have subscribed. I appreciate every single one of you, and I salute you, my convicts or convicts. Obviously, if you are a lady. So one thing I want them to change on here is a couple of things. Nomad's trip mines is one. I really hate Nomad's trip mines. This as well, the flashbang. The fact that you can't physically do anything once you're flashed is really stupid. Most of the weapons can be countered. It's like my gun, the Tempest can be beaten. You can outbeat the Tempest. Same as Firebreak, you can still kill Firebreak while he's actually burning you, which is kind of insane, and survive it. But yet, for like the flashbang, there is no counter to it. There's no way of physically outbeating it. You can't physically move enough to be able to counter it in any way, shape or form. It's just a really cheap way of dying. Another one is this Riot Shield. The Riot Shield, I've always never been a fan of anyway. And I know certain specialists such as like Firebreak is easier to kill than most of the specialists. And I know obviously he now takes grenade damage, and Ruin can gravity slam him pretty easy. But if you're using anyone else, he's very annoying. Very annoying. So trying to stim up there. Now this is another thing I want them to look at, is stim shot. Stim shot is a interesting perk. It's kind of like what the normal healing should be, or what should be not in the game. It depends how you look at it. I don't mind having the fast healing time, but I think everyone should have it as default. I don't think anyone should have any extra ability to be able to constantly stim, and the fact you can stim and shoot at the same time makes it a pretty hard sort of piece of gear to go against. Because for me, I'm using an acoustic sensor, which again is another OP thing that they do need to nerf quite heavily. As you can see, it points out exactly where people are. I think it should give not a easier clue where people are. It should just give a very broad area to where they might be. Because in the end of the day, obviously if you're having something that's OP as that and giving directions, a lot of people are going to be using a lot, especially the stealth perk. You can use Dead Silence that's supposed to reduce or has more resistance to acoustic, so I'm assuming it doesn't actually stop acoustic sensor altogether. It just reduces the range in which it will be effective. So it depends how you want to play, the kind of play style of the person. Another one here is the Seeker Drone as well. The Seeker Drone, I feel, is a little bit too long. When it gets you and you accidentally miss square, or in my case sometimes press square and it doesn't actually do it, it can be really annoying that it doesn't, you can't break out of it, and it can keep you there for a good 5 seconds, if not longer, and you're literally like, well, what do I do now? I can't twist or turn. I feel that you should still have your movement, but obviously being able to only hip fire. The same with like the flashbang. I think the flashes should probably give you a bit of blinding, but it shouldn't actually affect you. And there you go, the chicken that laid the egg, and we've got a 2.57 KD for the first game. Chrissy Don whooping them at the beginning here. As you can see, a lot of people running in teams, in groups. Always two, as you can see here. And it just seems to be the mentality of people when they play Black Ops 4. It's just to run in a multiple of groups. So anyway, let's jump into the second round, see what we can do. And let's get it on for round 2. So here we go with round 2. As you can see, yeah, I've now put hybrid mag on. I've got grip, I've got high caliber, and the reflex sight, as well as scavenger, gung ho, and dead silence. I had to think then. Gung ho. Now I'm using gung ho mainly because I've heard, and it is kind of true, that if you break out of sprint using your ADS, so you aim down sight to break your sprint, you actually ADS faster. One thing I've noticed as well, I kind of find weird, such as like the SAUG, the Daemon, and I think, is it the Spitfire? I can't remember if it's that one or not, but they ADS so fast compared to other weapons. It's like an instant ADS, as with other weapons it actually takes longer to do that. I don't understand the reasoning for this. I really wish that all guns were on level par when it comes to ADS. So as you can see, it automatically picked me 0. I had to go do a couple of things, my little boy, so I had to then re-auto spawn back to being Prophet. I do kind of like Prophet. I do kind of use his cheesy little Seeker Drone a little bit too much. It's just an easy item to use. Now right off the bat, I knew that she was there. I can't believe I couldn't see her. The redness of the van put me off there, trying to shoot her. So I was like, okay, is my ADS okay here? Am I alright? I do like a little circular test sometimes when I'm running, just to see if I feel confident with that kind of aiming. And sometimes I will turn it up or turn it down, depending how I feel in that specific moment. So we're just running around now, waiting, and in comes the Seeker drone. Instantly gets Seeker drone and throwing it out. Getting attacked here is like, okay, back off. Re-heal. Now remember, I've got acoustic sensor, so I can't constantly respawn. Now it's going to take a little bit longer to respawn each time when you're using acoustic sensor. As with stim shot, you can just stim. It's just crazy. You can literally walk around the corner, stim, and come back out shooting, or even stim during the fight, and then hip firing with the other weapon. It's just kind of crazy. Which is why I kind of think that stim needs to be nerfed in some way, shape, or form. One I really do want them to take out the game, or would like them to take out the game, is goddamn body armor. I do not know why they felt body armor was a great idea to add to the game. I just hate it. I absolutely hate body armor. It's a cheesy, I'm going to allow you to get at least one kill, and that's it. And then when you respawn, you get one kill. So you're guaranteed to get, you know, a degree of kills per game, because you can always beat one person at least. I just find it annoying and stupid. I don't understand. I can understand for Blackout, but for multiplayer, it just does not have a place. Anyway, let's finish off with looking into the gameplay. So here we go. So you can see the acoustic sensor let me know where people are. Very, very strong. Just having a look around for people. It's like, okay, I've got people coming this way, I believe. There we go. Did a little jump and go out. Now, I thought to myself, maybe my aim was a little bit slow there. So as you can see here, I'm just testing using 7 instead. My Seeker drone. Now, I think the Seeker drone should be a longer duration. I know some specialists have to wait a while for their specialist. And I'm guessing he was the one using the help storm there. I was like, ah, barbed wire. That's another one who's pretty strong is Torque. The fact he can drop at least a good portion of barbed wires. I think he can drop about 4 or 5, if not more. And then the amount of barricades is not as much, not as frequent, but it's still kind of crazy that he can drop as much barbed wire as he does to block off lanes. And it takes a long time to kill him as well. So I'm just trying to figure out where people are now. Just running around because I know obviously acoustic sensor will alert me. And even if you are counter UAV'd, you can still actually see people as well, which is, I think, is a strong thing. I think acoustic shouldn't work when counters are up, when the counter UAV is up. I think we do get a counter UAV against us in this gameplay, and I'll be able to demonstrate that during here. Now we've kind of got them all spawning down here. I don't know if to put a tactical insertion down there, but we'll constantly get them spawning. Now everyone was bogged down looking that way. I'm like, well, surely they're coming this way now, and lo and behold, here they come. That guy clearly didn't have a clue I was here. So just looking now for more enemies to take out. Another Seeker drone. I should have counted how many times I actually got the Seeker drone in this game, just to show you the level of how annoying that could be. So got a guy coming this way. I'm like, has he gone this way or has he gone between? So just trying to find him out. And obviously we've got the ability to see people through walls now with the pulse. And here they all are. And they're like, oh my god, just kill as many as we can. And we've got 2 at the back here. Just not even playing. Drop in a UAV. Got my care package. And I'm very, very close to the dreaded drone squadron. I felt that there was the dreaded drone squadron. I remember when the drone squadron was a pretty strong score streak. In this I felt it didn't really do what it's supposed to do. Mr. Armor Wearer down there. I'm just trying to figure out where people are. King Slayer. Oh, well, there's a dude this way coming somewhere. Let me back up a little bit. And obviously I notice more people coming this way. And in comes the drone squadron. I do find the drones to be, well, it used to be one of my favourite score streaks. I'm not too sure how they were playing in this game, it just didn't seem to be as effective as what I remember them. So let me know in the comments below if they've been but as you can see there, the drones didn't kill him. And my secret drone even stunned him to the floor. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you're new, tap that notification bell to be notified of all my videos. And yes, it is I, the Kappa Convict. I'm signing out, and as always, I salute you, my convicts and convicts. Thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like, and bye for now.